Two bad teams face off in Atlanta on Sunday when the Washington Redskins come to town to play the Falcons. Atlanta is a 7-point favorite on BETDAQ. 51 is the total in this game. That 7-point number might strike you as a little big, considering Atlanta is 3-10 this season. They've lost 6 of their past 7 games. Their only win coming in overtime a couple of weeks ago against the Buffalo Bills. But a lot of people viewing the Redskins as a sinking ship right now, and why not? I mean, they're 3-10 also. They've lost 5 straight and 6 of 7. The big news, of course, a few days ago, Mike Shanahan announcing that he is benching, or shutting down, in his words, quarterback Robert Griffin III for the remainder of the season. Kirk Cousins will get the call now in Washington. Be interesting to see how that works out for the Redskins. I'm not one of those who thinks that Shanahan is doing this to sabotage the team so Dan Snyder will fire him. I also don't think Shanahan is doing this in the best interest of Robert Griffin III. I do not think Shanahan is being the good guy here and making his team worse in the present so Robert Griffin III can have a brighter future. No, I believe Mike Shanahan is doing what he thinks is the best thing for the Washington Redskins right now. I believe he's trying to win this game, and Griffin has been struggling this season. The Redskins have produced 17 points or fewer in 4 straight games. I think Shanahan thinks that Cousins gives him a better chance to win, and this whole shutting it down for the good of his future business is the way that Shanahan can bench Griffin and allow Griffin to save a little bit of face. Now, is Cousins the best man for the job? That remains to be seen. It's true that Washington's offense has struggled this season, but I'm a little puzzled when I hear people talk about Kirk Cousins like he's some sort of sure thing. This is a guy who was not particularly good in college at Michigan State, was drafted in the 4th round. Now, he has played well in limited action in his year and a half in the NFL, but we've seen a lot of guys. Matt Flynn comes to mind. We've seen a lot of guys look good as a backup in limited action, and when they're thrust into the starter's role, things don't necessarily work out that way. But Cousins will have an excellent opportunity on Sunday because the Falcons have a bad defense, 29th in points allowed, 27th in total defense, meaning yards allowed. And I expect Washington to be conservative with the game plan. I don't think Cousins is going to throw the ball more than 22 to 25 times because the Redskins should really be able to run the football in this game. The Redskins can run the football, of course, second in the NFL in rush yards per game. There's nothing wrong with Alfred Morris. And the Falcons really struggle stopping the run. Only 2 teams allow more rush yards per game than the Atlanta Falcons. So I think they're going to get a heavy dose of Alfred Morris in this game on Sunday. Now, Atlanta should be able to have some offensive success as well. After all, the Washington Redskins 32nd, dead last in points allowed, and the Falcons still have a top 10 passing offense. Matt Ryan 6th in the NFL in pass yards per game. And the Falcons' running game seen a little bit of a spark over the last couple of weeks since Steven Jackson has returned from injury. So I do look for a high-scoring game here. I guess I have a slight Atlanta lean because they are playing at home. They do play fairly well at home. Even this season, when they're 3-10, they've been better at home than they've been on the road. Their last home game, they nearly beat the New Orleans Saints. So I guess I have a slight Atlanta lean in this game, but the 7 points makes me uncomfortable. I'm not eager to back a 3-10 team and lay 7 points. There is a bet I like here more. That would be the over. Do you think both offenses are going to have success in this game? 51 is a total on BETDAQ, and I do believe over 51 is a bet that makes a lot of sense. So slight Atlanta lean here. The bet I like more is over 51.